Okay, so we just got done watching the newest episode of The Mandalorian. So this is the
Ah, yes.
seventh episode of season two. So
Mm-hmm.
chapter 15. So it was pretty good. It's not as groundbreaking as maybe the last two episodes, but it's pretty hard to follow up
Yeah.
Ahsoka and then Boba Fett.
Yeah, with an episode of a character we already seen.
Right, yeah. So the new character this episode was Mayfeld, who was the Imperial marksman from the Prison Break episode from season one.
Yes.
So they need his help to find Moff Gideon.
Yeah, because he kind of knows all the Imperial, what they call protocols and everything else. Because he used to be an ex-Imperial, I guess.
Right. Yeah, so it was some good action this episode. He fights a bunch of pirates that try to destroy the transport they're on, and then he gets into the Imperial base and he takes his helmet off. So this is the longest we've seen Mando without his helmet.
Yeah, without his helmet on.
So yeah, and some other character, and Mayfeld saw him too. So it's like now there's a character out there that knows who he looks like or what he looks like,
Yeah.
because no one saw him in season one. I think the only character who saw him without his helmet was IG-11, and he got destroyed later. So
Yeah.
it's the first
He's a
time.
robot, so
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is the first time we've ever seen have a character who's seen him without his helmet. But I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah, I think it's, especially with Mayfield, his character, he's almost like, since he's an ex-soldier that kind of survived Operation Cinder, I think it was.
Yes, yeah, Operation Cinder. So that was interesting because that's a military operation that was in Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the new Battlefront 2, not the old one. And it was also involved in some of the comics and I think the Star Wars Aftermath novels that are all canon. So this is the first in-universe reference to that.
Yeah. Apparently a lot of civilians died and like his whole team got killed.
Yeah, it was some
So,
crazy a thing where they were like altering the weather patterns of planets or something. One of the planets that was affected was Naboo, apparently. And
oh, okay.
he was on some other planet. It was like burning something. But yeah, like 10,000 Imperials died or something like that. So yeah, it was like this crazy operation. But
Yeah,
yeah, this is
definitely tell it kind of affected his outlook, I guess, on life.
right. Yeah, yeah, he has like strong PTSD from it or something. So yeah, he gets in. He ends up running into the Imperial officer that was his superior during that operation, and
Yeah.
during the conversation, he ends up shooting the guy.
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
So they have to like fight their way out of the base, and then Cara Dune is there, and also Boba's sniper lady, whatever her name is.
Yeah, the sniper lady, and then you get to kind of see the inside of Boba Fett's ship at least.
Yeah, that was cool. I like the way that it like cycles out, like the way the like wall of the ship like rotates. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which we've never seen that before because we've only seen like the cockpit of his ship. We've never really seen the interior of it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool because Boba Fett, like Slave One, is very strange ship design.
Yeah.
It's like you're
Very
basically
strange.
sitting upside down practically in the cockpit.
Yeah.
So the whole ship has to like rotate when it takes off. So yeah, that was pretty cool. We got to see the seismic charges again from episode 2, which is always cool. So I always thought those were cool in Attack of the Clones. Those bombs that he sets off because they detonate and there's no sound, and then there's like this like reverberation thing. Is always kind of cool.
Yeah.
So he destroys some TIE fighters with that, and then you have a little odd scene where the Empire comes to save the day.
Yeah.
because they get attacked by pirates, and then TIE fighters and stormtroopers kill the pirates. It's like this heroic moment.
Yeah, and also I kind of like how it kind of mimics like how the Republic, like everyone's cheering and stuff when things happen.
Right.
It's kind of like almost mimicking. I think that's the whole point of the episode, though. I think it's kind of mimicking some of the stuff they do aren't like really that much of a difference. Because that's what I think that's what Mayfield even says at one point. He's like, it's just the same. They're kind of all the same. It's the same people.
Yeah, because he talks about like to the regular people who live on the planet, there's no difference between the Republic and the Empire. It's just people ruling over them.
Yeah,
and
just taking over them, and it's like
yeah. And he also talks about like how the Mandalorians were the same way.
Yeah.
You know, it's
all depending on where you're born at, kind of.
Right. It's just another empire.
Yeah.
It was good. It had a lot of like moral implications or whatever, and it's not filler. Some people probably say it's filler, but it's definitely not, because it gets you from point A to point B. Like, this was a necessary step to find Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
You couldn't just show up from last episode and then here they are and they're already at Moff Gideon's ship or whatever. That wouldn't have made any sense. So
no.
They kind of needed this episode to explain how they find him.
Yeah.
Although I'm still concerned about how they're going to deal with Moff Gideon, because, okay, they found his cruiser, but, like, what are they going to do about it? There's, what, 5 of them, 4 of them or something? And then Moff Gideon has a whole cruiser, like...
Of Dark Troopers?
Yeah, he's got, like, 20 Dark Troopers. Like, I think he needs some more people.
Yeah.
Unless that's the beginning of the next episode, and it's just literally him gathering people for, like, a 2-minute montage or something.
Getting, like, Ahsoka or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who he's gonna be able to get. Like, maybe Ahsoka. If he has Bo-Katan's contact info, like, she's probably a possible, because she wants the Darksaber.
Yeah, so they maybe get Bo-Katan, they can do their siege.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, even if they don't care about Grogu, there's still the, Darksaber.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. And then I think we got a little bit of foreshadowing here, because you got quite a bit of stick fighting from Mandalorian. So I think that's kind of foreshadowing, because he has that Beskar spear that he's probably going to use to fight Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
So we kind of established that he knows how to fight with, like, a quarterstaff or a spear. Yeah, so we'll definitely have to see what happens next week, the final episode of the season.
Yes. So season finale.
So it could go multiple ways. He could rescue Grogu, or it could be kind of an Empire Strikes Back scenario where the bad guys win, because it is part 2.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Yep. We'll see what happens next week. And I think that's all I can really say about this episode.
Yeah. Not too much going on, but it's stuff going on, but not too much going on.
Yeah, like I said, it was a good episode, just not as groundbreaking as the last 2, but not every episode can be.
Yeah.
A little hard to top something that people have waited 4 decades for.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this week, and we'll see you next week for the season finale. Thanks for watching. Bye.